Hey Marie, my little sister is saying she wants us to look after her children this week. So that's not going to be a problem for us, right?
You mean that her children are coming to our house again this week, too?
Yeah, that's right. It seems that Rita and her husband have plans that they definitely can't miss.
But wait, Sean, you know that they just came here last week. Don't you think 2 weeks in a row is too much for us to handle?
Really? Because I don't think so. Even if the children visit us, they're just playing around with each other, so it's not such a big deal. And Marie, all you have to do is prepare the meals for the kids, right?
Are you seriously saying that? Do you think that's all I need to do when they visit us? Your little sister Rita has 5 children in total, you know?
So, what does that mean? They're just always playing around with each other. What are you complaining about?
You actually think it's just simple as that? Because I don't think you're really understanding the situation. The biggest is in 2nd grade of elementary school, and the smallest is just 1 year old. So it's impossible for them to just play together. Basically, they play separately on their own, so I can't take my eyes off of all of them.
Really? Because last time the two biggest kids were looking after the rest of the children.
That's because I was making them watch their favorite animation movie. That's actually the only time they'll calm down and be quiet. And since there's also the 1 year old, I just have to always look after that kid as well.
Well, if that's so, then why don't you just make them all watch the movie the whole time? Then I guess it would be much easier for you to look after the kids, wouldn't it? Well, then I can't.
Don't you know that children at that age don't have enough concentration to watch a movie for a long time? There may be some kids who do. But if one of them loses concentration, then that's it. All the other kids start getting distracted as well.
Well, then I can't imagine how Rita's handling all of them. She's looking after those 5 kids every day, so that's just amazing. I guess we can look after the kids at least on weekends to help reduce her burden. Since we don't have any children, I assume it would be a good parenting experience for you too.
But I do think the situation is different between taking care of your own child and other kids, though. And since I don't have any parenting experience, it actually makes it even harder for me to look after all 5 of them at once.
That's not true. You spend the year-end and New Year's holidays every year with Rita's children, right? The children are all getting along quite well with you, and you always seem fine looking after them, so that proves that you're taking care of them with no problem at all.
Well, that's because your family just leaves the children to me and always goes on a family vacation, right? Honestly, though, I was always wondering, why am I the only one who's not invited to the family vacation and has to stay home? It's not like I want to go on the family vacation with you, but I would assume that usually Rita's husband should look after his own children in that situation and not me, right?
Actually, Rita's husband is joining the family vacation as well, so we can't ask him either. And I don't want you to misunderstand this, feeling like you're being left out. My mother just takes them on a vacation because she wants to let my sister and her husband have a chance to relax, since they're always busy with parenting 5 kids. Though I'm joining them too. Remember, I'm just a tour guide and a driver to them.
But I'm saying, why am I the one that always has to look after the children? Can't Rita's husband ask his parents to do so?
Oh, regarding that, it seems that Rita hasn't asked her husband's parents to look after the children much. It seems like her mother-in-law is pretty annoying complaining about things to her. She's saying that her mother-in-law always makes sarcastic remarks, so Rita just doesn't like her at all.
But that doesn't make it acceptable for me to look after the children, right? Looking after 5 kids frequently is pretty exhausting for me, you know?
But when someone's in trouble, we should help out. We should help out each other, right? There might be a time in the future when we have kids that we will need to ask Rita the same favor to look after our kids, right?
Well, that may be true. But if that happens, I would probably not rely on them so much and would try to look after them on my own.
Well, anyway, You know that it's absolutely tough to raise 5 children, so we definitely should help Rita out as much as we can. And since Rita gave birth to so many children one after another, my mother stopped asking us, when are you having my grandkids? Which has actually turned out to be a thankful situation for us, right?
Well, your mother still actually mentions that to me sometimes, saying, "When can I see my eldest son's grandkids?" So I guess she still hasn't given up, and we're still going to have to continue to live with that.
But if my sister hadn't had that many children, my mother would have definitely mentioned that topic to us much more often. So it's just a give and take relationship, so let's continue to support my sister's family.
But I want you to understand that I do have my own life, and I have plans too. And of course, I'm working on the weekdays, so...
But that's why Rita only asks us to babysit her kids on weekends, right?
Well then, if you want to support her so much, why don't you look after them when you're off work? It's your sister's kids anyways.
No way. No way. There's nothing I could do as a man. And you were the one who was looking after them all this time. And I assume the kids are more used to you, so they would definitely prefer you over me.
Hey, aren't you being too irresponsible about this?
I'm not looking after them after I come home from work, right?
But you're just having dinner with them, you know? That's nothing compared to all the trouble I'm always going through.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go now. I need to start preparing to visit my client. Anyway, I'm relying on you this weekend to take care of Rita's children, okay? Marie, I'm going to have to eat dinner at my parents' house today, so you don't need to prepare my dinner tonight.
What? You're going to your parents' house at this time of day?
Yeah, they need me to join because we're going to decide the destination of this year-end's vacation. You know what's coming up next month, right?
Well, if you're going to your parents' house, then I wish you could have let me know much sooner.
Oh, why is that? I assume you've been working today too, so you haven't started making dinner yet, right?
Well, actually, today is my payday. So I bought some expensive meat to cook for dinner tonight. If you had let me know earlier, I wouldn't have bought it.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. I definitely want to eat that meat with you tomorrow, so why don't you go ahead and eat something else tonight instead?
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Oh, and about the winter holiday plans, I need you to leave December 30th open. Because our family is coming back from the vacation on January 2nd.
Is it going to be 3 nights and 4 days this year?
Yeah, it seems that Rita and her husband want to relax a bit longer this year. They're saying that because they don't have to plan to have any more children.
Well then, I should look after the children during that period, right?
Yeah, if you could look after them through those 4 days, that would be great. And I assume it's better to have the kids over and have some company than being all alone over the holidays, right?
Ugh. Do you actually understand how tough it is to look after all of them just by myself? The elementary school kids may be fine on their own, but the other kids need to be watched practically all of the time.
Hey, don't complain about this again. It's only a family vacation once a year.
No, you know this babysitting is not happening just once a year, right? At first, I did accept to look after them during the year-end family vacation, but Rita is asking us to look after her children more frequently ever since that, and the babysitting opportunities are gradually increasing every year. Honestly, I do wish Rita and her husband would be more considerate about that.
Hey, Marie, you know that everyone in this family is always appreciating your support.
Do you really think so? Because I absolutely don't. If they were really appreciating what I'm doing for them, honestly, I don't think they would just leave me alone with the kids this frequently. If it was just a few times, I could handle this, but this is definitely going past the limits.
Marie, you know we don't have any children. If you continue to say things like that, Rita might think that we're jealous of her family.
What? Why do you say that? Sean, I can't believe you actually don't think this situation is wrong at all. First of all, I think you're wrong to always listen to Rita's favors and accept looking after her kids so easily. Because I haven't been agreeing to that at all. Have you ever thought about the trouble I have to go through before accepting the babysitting from her?
Oh, you're so narrow-minded.
What? How could you say such a thing?
We're a family, and that's what families do to support. It's not like they're asking us to look after the kids every day. So why are you refusing to this so much? I didn't think that you were so cold-hearted. I'm really disappointed that you feel that way.
Are you seriously understanding the situation? Because it's me that has been actually looking after the kids for all these years, going through all the trouble and efforts. Sean, honestly, you don't look after them at all.
It's because unfortunately Rita always asks us to watch her kids when I have plans. It's just as simple as that, you know.
Fine, that's it. Now I finally understand that your family matters are more important to you than me.
Come on, Marie. You're just acting like a child, you know? Anyway, this vacation is like an annual family event for us. So I need you to watch the kids this year too, since my family is really looking forward to this vacation.
Okay, fine, I get it.
Hey, Marie, don't get sulky. Of course I will help out to try to look after the kids whenever I can. Oh, sorry. I'm almost at my parents' house, so I guess I'll talk to you later. All you have to do tonight is to have hot water in the bathtub ready for me. Finally, I finished all the work I needed to do.
Oh, really? Oh, you must be tired.
Although yesterday should have been it should have been the last day of work this year. I didn't expect there would be this much trouble after that. And it seems that I was the only one who had to go to work to handle this. Can't believe my boss would just leave all of this for me to handle.
Well, unfortunately, I am the one who has to look after the kids right after my last day of work. So for your information, I'm going to be exhausted just as you are.
Hey, are you still going to complain about that? I assume once you see the kids' smiling faces, you would think that it was worth looking after them, right?
Well, I'm not sure about that. Sean, you're going to your family's hotel straight from work without stopping by our home, right?
Yeah, because unfortunately I won't be able to make it in time for the bullet train. But I'm glad I don't have to drive the car this time during the vacation, though. Well then, I've just closed the office now, so I'm headed off to the train station.
Oh, really?
Hey, stop being so cold to me! Well, anyway, thanks for looking after the kids this year, too. My family and I really appreciate your support. Well, I'm going off on vacation with my parents and my sister's family. So I hope you enjoy the holidays with the kids, Marie.
Yeah, right. And I hope you enjoy your last vacation with your family.
Did you just say last? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying it's going to be the last family vacation with just you adults.
I don't think so, because my family is not planning to make this the last vacation. We'll probably go next year, too.
Yes, it definitely will be the last because I'm not going to look after the kids during the holidays next year.
What? Why are you suddenly saying that? But if you don't look after them, there isn't going to be anyone who we can ask to do so. Don't you feel sorry for my sister's family? Don't say such horrible things.
Well, if I actually get divorced with you, I'll no longer have a relationship with your sister's family, right? Then I wouldn't have to take care of the kids anymore, wouldn't I? So, I'm going to divorce you and put an end to this. That's why this is going to be your last vacation.
What? A divorce? Hey, wait, Marie. That's a terrible thing to say. And you're making such a big fuss about this.
No, Sean, I'm absolutely serious about this. I'll look after them up to this year, but remember, there will be no next year for this. So, I need you to sign the divorce papers after you come back home from the family vacation.
Marie, you do know that I'm going off on this vacation to relax myself from this year's exhaustion. So why can you say such a horrible thing to me at this timing? Are you enjoying saying this to me to make me mad?
Well then, when can I have some time to relax myself from a year's worth of exhaustion? While you guys are out on a vacation relaxing, I actually have to stay all alone looking after the kids. I basically have no time to take any rest during the winter holidays like you guys. So I think you're the one who's actually doing such horrible things, making me feel miserable like this. You keep saying that your sister is working so hard, so you want to support her, but you've never cared about my feelings and what I've been going through.
No, that's not true. Remember, I did listen to your complaints, right? And I did tell you that my family appreciates what you have been doing for them.
Well, it's easy to just say things. But I can't see that you actually mean it from your behavior because you're really just listening and practically doing nothing. You never did anything to support me during the tough times.
Marie, you definitely need to calm down at once. Why don't we discuss about this when I return from the family vacation, okay? I hope you have some time to cool down your anger while I'm on this vacation.
Even though I mentioned the word divorce to you, I can't believe you're still trying to go on this vacation under this situation.
Well, we did pay so much money for this family vacation as it is the year-end holiday period, you know. And my family is waiting for me, so I'm sorry, Marie. Please do understand that I'm not saying that my family is more important than you, but it's like an annual family event that I absolutely can't miss. I just can't be the one to be absent on this family vacation because my family is counting on me.
Oh, really? Well then, I guess that makes everything clear. Now I really understand your feelings, Sean.
Really? Well, then I'm so glad. So how about this? I'll remember to buy you a lot of souvenirs so that's something you can look forward to when I come home. And I'll be sure to give you a call once after New Year's. Hey, Marie. Where have you gone? We came back from the family vacation and my sister's kids have left now, so let's go to the festival together. There's some shops out there too, so why don't we go out for a walk to check it out?
Nope, I'm not going.
Hey, don't start pouting like that. Are you still angry about leaving the kids along with you? Remember I bought you the souvenirs? You see, I bought your favorite local ramen for you. And I even bought you local wine as well, though it was pretty expensive.
Well, sorry, but I don't need any of them. Don't you still remember that I said I was going to divorce you? Did you just forget about that? After I sent off Rita's kids, I left the house right after that. And I packed up my belongings during the holidays, so I don't plan to go home. So, I'm ready to divorce you anytime.
What? You're saying that you were actually serious about the divorce?
Yes, of course I was. But I knew you weren't taking this seriously enough because you got all carried away with going on the family vacation.
But you said that you understood my feelings, so I thought we were already over that.
What I finally understood was that you'll never listen and try to care about me no matter what happens. Because you actually chose your family vacation over our divorce. So that means that your family is more important than my feelings, right? It has always been that way, and I assume that it won't change in the future either.
No, that's not what I meant. I just wanted to say that I really do care about you.
No matter what you say, I'm sorry, but I just can't seem to believe you anymore after going through all this. I've made up my mind about this, so can we just move on? So, when can we actually start discussing about the divorce? Because I need to call our lawyer. I'd like to begin with the procedure as soon as possible if you can just tell me your available dates.
I'm sorry. Could you just wait? This is happening so suddenly. I'm just so confused and can't think properly now.
What?
Well, don't you understand? We were doing perfectly fine together, right? It's not like I had an affair or did anything wrong, you know? So I can't understand why you just suddenly brought up the divorce.
So I'm saying I had to go this far because even though I asked you so many times before, you didn't try to care about me at all. You would always just make me look after Rita's 5 kids without thinking it might be a burden for me. So I'm just fed up with this, and it's impossible for me to continue this marriage. And going back to your comment saying that we were doing fine, well, I guess that's just what you thought, because things were not going fine for me as I was thinking about a divorce from a while ago.
Hey, you know it's better to bring up the kids with the whole family supporting them.
Did you just say the whole family? Excuse me, but did you or your parents ever look after the kids before? Because I do believe that it was always me that was doing the tough job all alone.
Well, basically, I was always at work when they came to our house.
Well, I have a job too, you know?
No, I mean that when my sister asks us to watch over the kids, I was always at work. And my parents are saying that it's really tough for them to take care of 5 kids. You can understand that because my parents are pretty old, right?
But that doesn't mean that I have to look after them by myself without any help. And in addition, I've been saying to you all this time that I'm not willing to do this daycare for the kids at all. But you never listen to me.
Well, that's a cruel thing to say that you don't want to accept the kids. Even if they are not directly related to you, they are your nephews and nieces, you know.
Are you saying that because they're relatives, I have to watch them anytime? If Rita and her husband get sick or it matters that they really need our help to look after the kids, then I won't complain at all. Even if it's just like when they want to have a break sometime, I wouldn't mind. But you know that's not the situation, right? And it's gone way past the limits. Rita just started to bring the kids to us frequently and would practically go out every week. And don't you think it's ridiculous that I'm the only one that has to stay home while you guys go on a family vacation during the year-end holidays?
Well, that's because we don't have any children and...
Well, if you think that way, then why don't you just stay here with me and take care of your nephews and nieces without going on the vacation? Even if you do stay with them, you don't look after them much either and just leave everything to me all the time. So that's it. I'm definitely not going to be a convenient babysitter for your family anymore.
All right, I get it. Next time I promise that I'll look after the kids with you. Does that solve the problem? So please don't go through a divorce.
You're always just words, you know? You've been saying similar things up until now, but you never kept that promise. And I know you're just saying this to make me calm down now and avoid the divorce. I'm definitely not falling for that anymore.
No, I definitely mean it this time. I promise that I will take care of them from now on.
But I finally decided to go through a divorce because I can't believe what you say anymore. If I say that I'm not willing to look after the kids, you say that I'm narrow-minded. I'm sorry, but I just can't put up with this situation any longer. I just hate you saying that I'm wrong about this. And not just you, but also your family who doesn't take this matter seriously at all.
Marie, I'm so sorry. Hey, I admit that I was completely wrong about this. From now on, I will refuse looking after the kids even if my sister asks us. And we'll never go on the year-end family vacation with my family. So can you please reconsider about the divorce?
Unfortunately, it's too late to try to make up for all of this. You should understand from now on how much trouble you and your family has caused to me all this time.
My family and I really do appreciate what you have done for us. Even if you didn't notice, our family did think of you as a true family member.
But you see, we're not a family. At least that's what I thought after being treated this way. And I've actually never been invited to the family vacation. I'm now quitting trying to pretend to be a convenient family member. Since we are now going to be complete strangers, so don't ever think of relying on me. After that, my husband and I finally were able to go through a divorce 3 months later, after going through many discussions. Though my husband tried to refuse the divorce until the very end, as he noticed that my feelings towards him would never change, and he finally gave up. And after I left the house that I lived at with my husband, it seems that his family had to go through many tough times. First, Rita, my sister-in-law, just got furious and started having fights with her husband, since she now doesn't have any support to leave her kids or go out. And as Rita started to leave her 5 kids to her parents, they got so exhausted taking care of them, they ended up just lying in bed. In that situation, as it was now only my husband who was the one left to watch over the kids, my husband got furious because the kids were so annoying and everything was getting out of control. As he continued to complain about that to his sister, It seems that he finally got into a fight with Rita, up to the point where even they had to cut off their family relationship. So as a result, the kids had to live half the time at Rita's house and half at Rita's husband's parents' house for a while. As my husband finally realized how tough it is to look after and manage the 5 kids, he came back apologizing to me many times. Though, it's absolutely too late to apologize. I wish he could have at least noticed what I was going through much more earlier. But I can't believe the situation would turn out to become this worse, as so many adults were being involved and were watching after the kids than when I was babysitting them. And it's not the kids' fault at all. I do feel sorry that they had to witness all of these horrible scenes of adult fights going on within the family. However, I guess this became a good opportunity for the whole family to realize that they need to seriously take action to improve the parenting environment for the kids. And it seems that Rita's parents-in-law are pretty strict, so I can assume that they can teach her a good lesson about how to treat and look after their kids. Even though I eventually had to hand this responsibility over to others, as an adult that was involved in the kids' lives for a few years, I do continue to pray for their growth and future happiness. And as I have now finally cut off the relationship with my husband and his family, which I thought were wrong about all of this, I'm really looking forward to finally being able to spend some quality time for myself moving forward. And from now on, I hope to spend time with people who really do care about me. Thank you for watching Peep Talk videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments. Please visit us again to check out the next video.
Hey, Hunter. What time are you going to be home? Did you get asked to work overtime or something? I thought you were going to be home by 6:30 tonight.
Oh, sorry, Shannon. I completely forgot to message you. I was eating dinner with Harriet, you know, my childhood friend.
Oh, you're with Harriet. Is she back in town visiting her parents? You never mentioned anything.
Well, she's not visiting. It's more like she's gonna be back in town permanently.
Huh? You're not being very clear.
She's gonna be living here from now on. She's got an apartment further out.
So you mean that she's moved here with her husband?
No, she got a divorce.
Oh, really? That's surprising. I still remember the post she uploaded on Christmas Day with the picture of her and her husband. You know, the one you showed me. They looked so happy together, so I never imagined that they would get divorced this suddenly. You said that Harriet and her husband were spending Christmas Eve and Christmas Day at a luxury hotel, and showed me. How much did you say it was for one night there? Like $2,000 or something? And now they're divorced?
Yeah, well, they must have their reasons. In the beginning, Harriet was always telling me how he was super rich and a really sweet guy, but apparently he began showing his true colors a few months into their marriage, and he would be really harsh on her when no one was around. Her Instagram was just a facade.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I guess there are a lot of things you don't know about a person until you get married. People don't show their unflattering side until they're living together, and there's no way of hiding it from their loved ones.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. There are plenty of people out there who act like really good people when they're with friends, but are a menace when they're at home. I've met Harriet's ex-husband before, but he really did seem like a gentleman. He was calm, collected, and always really polite. But when I spoke to Harriet, she would tell me the complete opposite. Apparently, he would shout at her for the smallest mistakes, and he would even get violent if she didn't do as she was told.
What? So he was abusing her? I can't believe it. I'm not surprised she would want to divorce him and come back to live in the same town as her parents. It's a good thing she got away from him. Is she doing okay? She's not seriously hurt, is she?
She told me that there were a few times when she had to go to the hospital. But she's fine now. She's just glad to be away from him. But all of those complicated circumstances led to the divorce being dragged out, so it seems she's pretty tired. She told me that she didn't really want to go to that hotel for Christmas, but that he pretty much threatened her to go with him. She had been sharing the perfect side of her married life on social media, so when they started having problems, she really agonized over whether she should continue posting stuff. She wanted to tell everyone the truth about what her ex-husband was really like, but I guess it was hard for her since everyone assumed that she was so happy and in love like you did. That plus her ex put a lot of pressure on her to keep updating her social media so that he wouldn't look bad. Can you believe the guy?
Yeah, that must have been hard for her. A lot of people on social media end up getting biased and start to think that everything they see on social media is everything in real life too. Especially since Harriet has so many followers. She must have felt that they wouldn't believe her because of all her previous posts.
Yeah, even I assumed that she was happy too, but I was completely wrong. I couldn't help but feel stupid for believing everything on her account. I was shocked when she told me the truth about her marriage and the way it fell apart. Anyway, that's why I'm gonna be late tonight. It sounds like she's got a lot of pent-up frustration, and I've got to help her let it all loose.
Alright, give her my best. But next time, please make sure you message me before you go out, so I don't have to make your dinner.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I almost forgot, you had a health checkup today, right? Was the baby okay? Is there anything we should be worried about?
No, there was nothing wrong. It looks like everything's going pretty smoothly this time. I'm more worried about Nora because she seems to be regressing lately. It's probably because my stomach's gotten a lot bigger, and I can't run around with her as much as before. But whenever she comes home from kindergarten, she's stuck to me like glue, and wants me to stay focused on her. Today when we were having dinner, she asked me to feed her and wanted to be carried to the couch to watch TV.
She must have missed being with you when you were sick in bed a couple weeks ago. I told her that Mommy needed rest whenever she tried to get into our bedroom, so that might be a factor too.
Yeah, we've got to make sure to give her enough attention, even after the baby's born. I don't want her feeling like she's not loved anymore because her new brother or sister is here. Do you think you could spend more time with her on your days off? I think Nora would really like to spend some time with you too.
Yeah, sure, I will. You can go ahead and sleep, don't wait up for me. I think I'll be pretty late.
Okay, just be careful you don't drink too much, okay? Hunter, I thought that you said you were going to be home for lunch. Where are you? It's already 2 o'clock. Hurry up and come back home.
Oh, sorry. I was helping Harriet make the TV stand and some other furniture for her new apartment. I didn't realize that it was already past noon.
You were at Harriet's place? Again? I thought she was done moving in. It's already been a month, hasn't it?
Yeah, she's got everything moved in, but there's still a lot to do. She hasn't had the time to put together any of her furniture, so I've been helping her whenever I have some time.
But you went to help her on your day off last week as well. Did you really have to go and help her today? I feel like she's relying on you too much.
What, am I just supposed to ignore her when she needs my help? She doesn't have any other guy friends, she's only got me to rely on. She's always been really cute, so she gets a lot of attention from weirdos and creeps, you know? They don't really want to be friends with her, they just want to take advantage of her. I'm the only guy around that she can trust and ask to help with things like this. I can't just turn her down, we've known each other since elementary school.
Why can't she just ask her parents for help?
Shannon, she just got divorced. They're not really happy with her for screwing up what they thought was a perfect marriage and didn't expect her to come back to town like this. Of course, she doesn't want to ask them for help. That's why she avoided moving back in with her parents and is living in an apartment on her own. She's pretty lonely right now. I'm just being supportive.
Even so, she's got to manage if she decided to live on her own. We need you at home too, you know. A lot more than Harriet needs you. You do realize that I'm due to give birth in the next few weeks or so, don't you? I'd be really grateful if you could help out with the housework at home, especially since I can't move around so much. And most importantly, you promised Nora that you'd take her out to play at the park, remember? She's really upset that you're not here yet.
But I think that we'll need about an hour more to finish things off.
Hunter, I think you're getting your priorities in the wrong order.
What? I'm always putting my family first, but right now, Harriet needs me too. It's just a one-off. I'll help at home when I'm done with helping Harriet. She doesn't have anyone to lean on right now, so she's got it pretty tough. I've got to help her.
Are you trying to say that I don't have it tough?
Yeah, but you've got me. Harriet really doesn't have anyone else to turn to. I'm the only one that can help her with all this DIY stuff.
No, I don't have you. You're never here. I understand being busy with work, but you're not here on your days off either. The moment Harriet summons you, you're gone, and I'm left picking up the pieces at home. That's why I'm saying that you're getting your priorities in the wrong order. I understand that Harriet's a childhood friend, and that she's really important to you. I don't want to say that you shouldn't be there for her at all. That's why I've never complained up until now. But these past few weeks have been really difficult for me and Nora because you're not here. I think that this has gone too far, Hunter.
It won't be like this forever, Shannon. Can't you just be a little patient? You should understand that people want a little support when they're suffering mentally.
But is it your job to support every aspect of Harriet's life and throw your obligations at home out of the window? And if you're going to say that, then I don't deserve some support. Then I can't move around because my stomach's so big. I can't do anything on my own. And yet you're going to choose helping Harriet over me? Harriet may be having a hard time, but don't you think that you should be prioritizing us over her?
Shannon, you're pretty cold, aren't you?
What?
I think it's pretty normal to want to help a friend when they're in need or if they feel depressed about some things that have happened in their life.
Yeah, of course. Why are you talking like I'm incapable of sympathizing with people who are going through some ups and downs in their lives? What I'm saying right now is that even though your childhood friend is having trouble in her private life, you have a responsibility towards your family, me, your wife, and towards your children. If I were in your shoes, I would do what I can to help my friend, but I wouldn't sacrifice being with my family to support them. And I think that my friend would and should understand that, since I'm married and have 2 children.
Ouch, I'm lucky I'm not your childhood friend.
My childhood friends don't rely on other people for every obstacle that stands in their way. They do everything they can and then ask for help.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to say that Harriet can't do anything on her own? Why do you have to be so harsh on her?
Why are you getting upset?
Whatever, I'm coming home now. Are you happy?
Yeah, thank you. Nora's been waiting for you since lunchtime. Can you do something to make it up to her? Like take her to eat some ice cream or something? She's really upset.
For crying out loud, why do I have to be told what to do and what not to do? It's my day off, isn't it? Can't you give me a break?
We started this family together. I thought that we got married with the understanding that there would be some sacrifices. We have children, so maybe it's not always easy to get what you want, Hunter. Nora's still a child. She has her own wants and needs, and we have a duty to fulfill those. I can't move around so much because, if you didn't notice, I'm pregnant. It would help me out a lot if you could play with her so that she doesn't feel forgotten. And I want you to stop going to Harriet's place from next week.
What? Why not?
It's almost my due date.
You're due to give birth the week after next, not next week.
That doesn't mean that there isn't a possibility that I could give birth next week, or even this week. A due date is just a prediction. I've been getting a lot of cramps recently, so it's possible that the baby could come a little sooner than the due date too. It would help if you were here more often because we don't know when we might have to go up to the hospital.
Yeah, all right. If you want me to be at home, then I'll be there. Happy?
Yeah, please. I'll get Nora ready to go out. You'll be on your way, won't you?
Yeah. Okay, I'll be back in half an hour or so. Just wait a little longer. Shannon, I'm sorry. I'm on my way home now. You won't believe how much of a mess Harriet's house was in. It was dripping wet. It was just like I predicted. She had a leak in her apartment because her laundry machine was clogged. I cleaned it up and got it working again.
Oh, really? Good for her.
Oh, come on, don't get pissed off. What was I supposed to do? It was an emergency. Her apartment was literally flooding with water. It took us ages to get everything cleaned up and dry the floor. I didn't think it would take so long, but I couldn't just make her wipe it up all by herself.
Well, I had a hard time too, while you were gone. After you left, I checked Nora's temperature, and she had a high fever, just like I told you. I was already having a hard time standing because of my cramps, and yet you left me to deal with Nora on my own. You went and saved the day at Harriet's, but you were no help here. You said that you'd be right back, but I waited hours and hours, and you're still not home. You left the house before 6, and now you're finally messaging me to let me know you'll be coming home? You're kidding, right?
I told you it took us a long time to clean all the water up. I'm sorry I left you and Nora on your own, but I'm coming back now. Everything's fine.
You're not really sorry. If you felt bad about leaving us, you wouldn't have left the house in the first place.
Of course I feel bad. Don't say that. I just couldn't ignore Harriet because she's a childhood friend. She asked me for help, so how could I tell her that she'd have to find someone else to help her? My body just moved before I could even think about it. I guess it's become a habit for me to jump to her help whenever she sends an SOS. If anything, I'm like a hero, don't you think? It's not that often that she asks for my help, so don't get so mad about it. It's not good for the baby if you get that stressed out. Relax, Shannon, relax.
Not that often. You really think so? How many times has she called you out of the house for something trivial this past month? I asked you a week ago to stop visiting Harriet because I wanted you to be at home as much as possible until my due date, and yet you've been going to her place almost every single day. Is she really that incapable of doing anything on her own? She's the same age as us, isn't she? Can't she figure things out on her own?
Come on, why do you have to be so mean to her? She doesn't have anyone else to turn to. Anyway, how's Nora doing? Does she feel better than she did before I left? You said that she had a fever after I left, but it's probably gone down by now, right?
She's not here anymore.
What? What do you mean? Then where is she?
She had a really high fever, so I called her an ambulance. She's at the hospital.
What?
I finally figured out that you don't care about your feverish daughter as much as you care about your childhood friend, so I didn't bother to let you know. I'm not going to expect anything from you anymore. I finally understand that it's just a waste of time telling you why I'm so frustrated with you. I'm tired of dealing with you, so goodbye, Hunter.
Shannon, wait, what are you talking about? What happened to Nora? I really am sorry. I'll come back home right now.
No, it's too late. You're not the father Nora needs you to be. From now on, you can do whatever you like with your time, so why don't you start living with your precious childhood friend? You don't have to come home. You're not welcome here anymore.
Shannon, I'm really sorry. My parents were both really pissed off with me for not being there for you and Nora. I got shouted at for hours and hours. I've realized how much of an idiot I was being. So please, can I meet the baby? I want to apologize to you for everything I've done up until now.
I'm not changing my mind, Hunter. I already told you it's too late. That also includes apologies.
Come on, give me another chance. It's not too late for me to change, is it? You've already given birth, right? I heard from my parents. Can't I go and meet them? I haven't even heard if it's a boy or girl. Are you really going to raise them all on your own without letting me meet them?
That day I told you that I thought I was getting contractions. I told you, didn't I? Nora had a fever and she wasn't feeling well. I was so worried about her and about the baby. And yet you still made the decision to ignore Nora and went over to Harriet's place instead to help her work out what was wrong with her laundry machine. Do you really think that I can forgive you that easily?
I'm sorry. I just got really worried about Harriet because she was panicking about the leak and about the laundry machine not working. I was planning on coming straight home. I swear I didn't realize I was taking so long.
You really thought that it wouldn't take that long? You said yourself that it takes a 30-minute drive to get there. It would have taken you a full hour just to go there and back. You're not a neighbor, so why did you have to go and help her? She could have just called for a plumber. Why did she have to call for you?
Yeah, I know. She just always comes to me when she needs help with something. She's always been sheltered by her parents, so she can't get things done without asking someone for help.
But that's not a good enough reason for you to prioritize your childhood friend over your own family, is it? No matter how you look at it, Nora was in a more dangerous situation than Harriet. What an idiot. I'm starting to feel stupid from having to explain the reasoning to you. Anyway, we have no need of a husband or a father that's going to abandon us for a childhood friend when we really need him. You're not welcome in my house, and I'm not going to let you meet the baby either. After you left that night, the real contractions started coming, and thankfully, I could bear it with a little better because it was my second birth, but Nora's temperature just went up, and she started being sick. If your mom wasn't available to pick up the phone and hear my SOS signal while you were off at Harriet's, we don't know what might have happened. Something could have happened to Nora, and I might have been late getting to the hospital. There could have been complications with the delivery. Do you even understand that?
I'm really sorry. I do understand. I really do. My mom hit me for not being there, and you really scared me when you said that Nora wasn't here anymore. I realized just how stupid I was being. I panicked because I thought you meant that Nora was gone, as in died. I'm glad that you really meant that she wasn't at home and that she was at the hospital, but I don't ever want to experience anything like that ever again. I don't think I could handle that. I can't lose you guys.
But it was a possibility. The moment you walked out that door and left me to deal with Nora on my own, you made that possibility much bigger. You should consider that we were pretty lucky this time. Children are a lot more fragile than you think. I told you that if you had the time to go to Harriet's house, you should take Nora to the hospital, remember? I told you that I could call an ambulance for myself, but that someone needed to go with Nora to the hospital. But you just brushed me off and said that she'd be fine. You made an ignorant decision and left her behind to go to your friend's house. It was your fault.
I know. I did something terrible to Nora, and I feel just as terrible about it.
No, you don't. I'm telling you all of this because I know that you don't understand how serious this all is. Do you want to know why? I know because I checked Harriet's Instagram and saw that you had been enjoying Hot Pot on the night that she called you over to help her with her laundry machine. You were off having fun while your daughter was suffering from a fever and while I was bearing with my contractions. And you even went out to have dinner with her the next night, after I'd finally given birth to our baby, after hours of labor. It didn't even seem to bother you that you couldn't get in touch with me. Seriously, the nerve you had to go out like that when Nora and I were in the hospital.
It's not what you think. Harriet invited me out for dinner to cheer me up because you told me not to come home. I was really depressed and I just didn't know what to do. Harriet felt really bad too. She said that she shouldn't have relied on me as much as she did.
Oh, is that so? Do you really believe that? She looks like she's having a lot of fun regardless of what happened to our family.
Hey, you're the one that said that we shouldn't believe everything we see on people's social media. I don't think it's smart to assume something like that from her posts.
She's got a lot of followers, doesn't she? She was posting a lot of photos bragging about having a super rich husband and leading the glamorous celebrity life. She had a lot of haters because of how much she was boasting about her life, and I actually found something interesting on a thread set up by some of those haters.
Yeah, she mentioned something like that. She was really frustrated about it, but she wouldn't tell me what it was about.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems that Harriet was having an affair. And that's the reason why her husband demanded a divorce. You told me that she was the one that filed for a divorce because of his abuse. But I wonder which is actually true.
What?
Yeah. Apparently, she was cheating on him with several men at the same time. I read that from a post on her ex-husband's Instagram. I guess he must have wanted to post his side of the story after she made all those claims about him being abusive, domineering, and violent.
You're kidding. There's no way Harriet would lie to me. She would never.
Then feel free to continue believing her. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if she really was sleeping with all those men. I mean, she had the nerve to call you over to her house so many times. You may be her childhood friend, but you're also married and a dad. If she has no problem with seducing you, then I doubt she would feel guilty about sleeping with multiple men at the same time. If anything, judging by the post she uploaded of you having dinner together when we were in the middle of arguing about you visiting her so much, she's probably enjoying stirring other people's relationships up. She's got a questionable personality to upload something like that. It was like she was showing off that she had got you on her side.
Harriet didn't mean anything by that post. You're reading into it too much, I think. She's just too naive.
Naive? She's in her 30s, just like we are. She married a rich husband, and behind the scenes of her lavish lifestyle, she was sleeping with several other men. And you think that she was naive? From where I'm standing, you're a lot more naive than she was. Let me give you a heads up. Your childhood friend isn't capable of doing all those DIY things by herself. She didn't want to do it by herself, Because she was lazy, so she was batting her eyelids and getting other people to do it for her. Do you understand? She was taking advantage of you.
Whatever, let's forget about Harriet for now. Right now I want to talk about our future. That's more important than talking about me and Harriet.
I told you, I want a divorce. I've made my mind up.
Yeah, but I don't want to get divorced. You, Nora, and the baby are all really important to me. I can't lose any of you. Are you really going to deny me the chance to meet our new baby?
And I can't trust you anymore, no matter what you say. I can't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Do you know how many times I felt betrayed by you over the past year?
I'm really sorry, but I don't want to get divorced. From now on, I'll work hard to take care of you all. I promise. I won't ever make you feel that way ever again.
Can I really rely on you when it's already become a reflex for you to go and help Harriet when she calls for you? You said it yourself, that your body moves before you even think about it. I asked you. I begged you to stay at home for the 2 weeks until my due date. And you broke that promise within a matter of hours.
I know. I'm sorry. I understand how hard that must have been for you. But I won't do it again. I won't go to Harriet's even if she calls me. I won't go anywhere else.
I really wish you would have said that sooner. And you don't understand the half of it. You have no idea how frustrated, how pathetic, and how furious I felt when my contractions started and you were already on your way to Harriet's. I never thought that I would have such a difficult time giving birth to our second child. It must have been so hard for Nora, too. If I wasn't in so much pain myself, I probably could have taken her to the hospital much sooner, but I couldn't even move. She must have been so scared because I couldn't even stand up and because you weren't even around to help us. I don't ever want to experience anything like that ever again. That's why I'm going to divorce you. I'm not wasting my time or my feelings on a man like you.
I'm sorry, Shannon. I'm really sorry. It was completely my fault. I shouldn't have been so irresponsible. I won't ever let you down, ever again. From now on, I'll focus just on our family, and I'll do what has to be done for us.
I'm not going to forgive you. I don't think I'll ever be able to forget what you did, and I think I'll despise you for the rest of my life. I can't live with you anymore. Even if you have learned from your mistakes, I can't trust you. So you can go ahead and do whatever you want from now on. I hope you live happily ever after with your childhood friend. After that, my husband kept on messaging me to tell me that he didn't want to get divorced, but for a while I just ignored him and went about my own life. My mother-in-law, who had been taking care of Nora while I was giving birth, came to check up on me and the baby whenever she could. She assured me that I had done the right thing by divorcing him when I could because, as she put it, you're never going to be able to forget what he did and didn't do in the days before and after you give birth. She even made sure that I wouldn't be bothered by Hunter until I was discharged from the hospital. After I recovered from the birth, my parents, my in-laws, and Hunter and I all gathered to talk about our divorce and our children's future. In the end, we finalized the divorce a few days ago. Of course, I thought about the possibility of starting over with him because I had just given birth to our second child. But I couldn't bring myself to forgive him. It seems that the divorce had been a real shock for him because he stopped meeting with Harriet after that. And once he realized that Hunter wasn't as easy to use as he was before, Harriet began calling her other friends and had them do the cleaning and the repairs for her. But it seems that her new slave was a married man too, because it looks like she was at the center of another couple's clash. Not only that, a lot of rumors and revelations came to light, and she also ended up in the middle of a media firestorm. As a result, all of her accounts disappeared, and I didn't hear about her ever again. When he found out the truth about Harriet, my husband became a hater himself and is constantly criticizing her and complaining about how he was a victim whenever it's time for him to visit the kids. To be honest, I just think that it's disgusting that he thinks that he can complain about what she did to him. It seems that Hunter is still hoping that we can get back together someday, but I have no intention of letting him try. As far as I'm concerned, he only exists to pay me child support. He's been doing a lot for the children ever since we separated, so I can't force them to be on my side, but I can't wait until they're both adults and I can finally cut him out of my life. I don't regret divorcing him at all, so I'm just focusing on living for my children and making sure that they're happy and safe. Because of my decision to divorce Hunter, my children have to spend most of their time away from their dad, So I've been working together with my parents and my in-laws to make sure that they don't feel lonely. I want to do whatever I can to raise them to be good, considerate adults, and create a home that's filled with love, not with resentment and distrust.
Hey, Hillary. Are you there? I was just wondering if the funeral that you're at is finally over or not. And if so, then please tell your relatives to go home, or at least that they can't stay with us.
It is over, and everyone has gone home already, actually. But I want you to know that people noticed that you weren't there. I mean, couldn't you have just shown up for even just a moment? Would that have been so bad?
I told you that the funeral conflicted with my work schedule and just wasn't going to work out at all.
I don't know. I feel like your work would have given you the day off if you had asked them. Did you even try getting this day off at all? I mean, does anyone at your work even know this is happening?
Look, I just really didn't see all that much reason for me to even be at something like that in the first place, okay? And all your relatives are just so annoying to deal with anyways.
Well, I just think you should know that my aunt was pretty upset about the whole thing. She kept asking where you were and why you weren't showing up at all. I really didn't even have an excuse for her.
Well, just tell her that I was too busy to go and I didn't have time to stop by for even a second of that funeral. And anyways, all you really got from your mom was the house we're living in now, right? Here I thought we were in for a big inheritance, and in the end we actually only ended up with a couple of bucks. Sounds to me like things would have been better had she kicked the bucket earlier.
Seth, how could you say something so cruel like that? Did my mom not do so much for you? Think of all the times that you and I were in serious trouble and my mom was able to support us through it. Or that time that I passed out and had to be in the hospital for a few days. It was my mom who agreed to watch the kids.
Yeah, sure. But then she got sick and then you ended up having to watch over her until she finally kicked the bucket. I just thought that she would have paid more for that in the end.
Are you being serious right now? I can't believe that you're even saying these things. And besides, you didn't do anything to help my mom at all.
Excuse me? I didn't do anything. What about all the doctors that I had to take her to and all those forms I had to sign for her?
Okay, yes, you did a couple things for her, but I was doing literally everything else. You never even went to visit her while she was sick at home. I know that you never once went to visit.
And that's also because, guess what? I had to work during that time as well. But you wouldn't understand anything about that since you're just a housewife.
I just really can't believe that you're complaining this much about my own mother just after her funeral. But you know what? I also have to say, I'm really not all that surprised after all this time. You've never been kind to your mother-in-law.
Oh boy, here we go again. That's right, make me out to be the bad guy. I'm so evil just because I have a job that I have to do. Do you really want to start right now, Hillary? You do realize that we live in the house that we do and have the life that we live because of my hard work, right? I really think you need to open your eyes and realize where you stand in all this. Because you're just a useless housewife who doesn't contribute a penny to this family.
How could you say those sort of things, Seth? We're family. And besides, I think you're the one who couldn't live a day without this family.
And just what makes you say that, huh? What makes you think I need you so badly?
Well, how about the fact that you couldn't do things around the house to save your life? You don't know how to cook or clean, and I've been the one taking care of the kids primarily.
You don't know what you're talking about. All of those things pale in comparison to working a full-time job. Anyone could do what a stay-at-home wife does, but you're really nothing but a parasite.
You know, I really don't think it's good to think that the only thing that matters in this world is making money. I mean, I don't feel that way at all. In fact, I had hoped that we would have a more equal marriage.
What is the matter with you, Hillary? Why are you always trying to start fights with me, huh? I mean, really, what has gotten into you?
Look, Seth, we've been married 20 years now, okay? I have a right to tell you how I'm feeling. And I'm just letting you know that if your attitude doesn't change, that we're going to have serious issues.
And just what issues are you going to make for me that I could make 5 times worse for you? You're forgetting that I have all the power here. You couldn't last a single day without me in your life, but I could walk out tomorrow and be just fine. Hey, Hillary. I want you to know that as of tomorrow afternoon, you are not allowed back in the house until I say so. Do you understand?
You don't want me in the house tomorrow afternoon? Do you have some plans or something?
That's right. I have some guys from the office who are going to come over to look at the garden, and then we're going to eat at home.
Oh, I see. Well, okay. That's fine with me, I suppose.
But before you leave for the day, make sure that you make us all dinner and make it something good. I'm thinking that we bust out that fondue set.
What if you tried doing all of that yourself? The cooking for your guests, I mean.
Excuse me? And just why in the world would I have to do something like that?
What are you talking about? Why should I be the one who has to cook for you and your friends when you're kicking me out? You do realize that we both live in this house, don't you?
We both live here, but it's not like this is our house. You're only allowed to stay here because I allow you to stay here. And anyways, I don't really want to introduce my coworkers to you. I think that you'll just try and stir up drama and cause trouble, so it's just not worth it to me.
You have no idea what you're talking about. And if you're embarrassed to introduce me to your friends, then let's talk about the real reasons. You are always trying to sabotage me and make me look bad. How would I even be able to dress up for guests when you ruined the only nice dress that I had? How could I make myself look nice when you always throw out my makeup?
I don't know what you want me to say to any of that, but I think that maybe you should try being a woman worth putting a nice dress and makeup on in the first place.
You aren't even making sense anymore. You are just such a jerk. Do you know that?
Okay, Hillary. I really think that you need to calm down now. I mean, if you keep this up, I might seriously choose to leave you, and you don't want that, right? So let's just remember not to bite the hand that feeds us, all right?
I don't think of you in that way at all, I'll have you know.
You know, I've been noticing for a while just how oddly you've been acting. I mean, even the other day, you forgot to bring my suit to the cleaners. And there have been times when you haven't cooked for me like you're supposed to either. You know, if I didn't know better, I might think that you didn't respect me.
You and I have talked about this already, Seth. I don't know why we need to hash this out again. But for the millionth time, just because I'm a housewife doesn't mean that I have to do every single thing you tell me. I am my own person and I can act how I want. Thank you very much.
Excuse me? Are you serious? Of course a housewife can't just do whatever she wants. Besides, you're running out of excuses. Don't you realize that? You can't keep making excuses about going to take care of your sick mom. And soon our youngest daughter is going to be graduating high school and moving away for college. So tell me, what else will be keeping you so busy that you can't take care of things at the house like you're supposed to?
I have appointments. I have friends who I go to meet. I am helping Danny with her college applications. I am much busier than you think.
You really are such a useless woman. Do you know that? I've stayed with you this long because we had our first daughter and I knew I had to take responsibility. But I see now it was a mistake to marry you. You've been nothing but a disappointment to me. All you do is talk back, and now I see that you've just been dead weight around my neck.
Well, fine then. If that's the way that you really feel about me, then maybe we just shouldn't have anything to do with each other at all. And know that that means that I won't be getting anything ready for you tomorrow at all.
There you go again, talking back to me. Don't you realize that I'm the only one letting you live the life that you want to live? You'd be nothing without me. Honestly, I don't know what it is with women today. Back in the day, they used to listen to their husbands and not complain all the time. Then you start to give them rights like to vote, and suddenly they want to say in every little thing that goes on in the world. Well, if you don't want me to leave you, I suggest you think carefully about what you say to me next.
Here's what I have to say to you, Seth. I think that I can live without you, but you can't live without me.
You really have an inflated sense of yourself. Do you know that? Now look, I don't want to argue about this anymore. Just prepare the food for tomorrow, okay? And if you don't, then I'm really going to consider leaving you and never coming back. You've really done it now. Do you know that, Hillary? You are in deep, deep trouble.
I take it that you just got back home with your coworkers right now? Is that why you're messaging me like this right now?
I just want to know what the meaning of all this is. I thought I told you that I wanted you to get food ready for my guests and I. I texted you those words yesterday, didn't I? Why didn't you do this? Are you just stupid or something?
I am not stupid, thank you very much. I was just too busy with other things and didn't have time to prepare anything.
But you were in the kitchen this morning. What were you doing there if not cooking things for my friends and I?
What was I doing? I was cooking breakfast and packing lunch for our children, actually. You're not the only person I have to care for, you know.
But I told you that I was going to be having people come over from the office today. I told you to get things ready for them, so why haven't you? Do you have any idea just how badly you've embarrassed me? I don't care what priorities you think you should have. I should always be coming first. Always! Don't you realize how much you need me?
I actually can't recall ever once saying that I needed or even wanted you to do whatever it is that you think you do for me. In fact, you're the one always telling me what to do and giving me orders, not the other way around.
Me? I see how you're gonna be. You really need someone to change your attitude. Do you know that? But now it's too late. I've already taken out all of your belongings.
What do you mean you've taken out my belongings? What belongings? What do you mean by taken out?
I mean that I packed up all your crap and I left it outside in front of our house. You realize what this means, right?
I can't believe that you would do something like this. What is the matter with you? How could you do this to me?
I didn't do anything that you didn't force my hand to do, Hillary. I've let you live in this house and leech off me for 20 years now. But now our kids are almost grown and out of the house, so you can leave too.
Are you kidding me? Is this supposed to be some kind of joke? You realize that you don't even own this house, don't you?
You really have some nerve talking to me like this when things are already so bad for you. I mean, don't you realize what this means for us?
If you're suggesting that we get a divorce, then I could not agree more with you on that point.
Well, I'm just glad that you're finally starting to get some sense knocked into you. So when you come to pick up your bags, I'll bring out the divorce papers for you to sign. And then you can go run away to who knows where.
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all, do you? You stupid, selfish man. I'll sign the divorce papers, but I wouldn't be so sure that I'll be the one crying and running away.
You know, your attitude now is just going to make it so much funnier when things fall apart for you in just a little bit. Now that I've finally gotten rid of your things and I'm getting rid of you too, it feels like a giant weight has been lifted from my shoulders. But just know that I'm not going to change my mind about this. And if you think that companies out there are eager to hire a woman who can only say she's been a housewife the last 20 years, then I think you're going to have a hard meeting with reality. But at least you'll finally realize what I've known all along, that I wasn't the one that needed you. You were the one that needed me. Hey, Hillary, what the heck is going on here, huh? I know that you have something to do with this.
Oh my, what could this all be about? I haven't heard from you in a while now, Seth.
I mean that I want to know why I'm being told that you're the owner of the house. Did you go behind my back and change the name on the deed of the house or something?
No, nothing like that. I've always been the owner of the house. You do remember that my mom willed the house to me, right?
But I never heard about that at all. How did this happen?
I literally have mentioned it to you so many times. I just figured that you were being too pig-headed to listen to me, though.
So then, What's with this letter I got in the mail then? Are you really gonna try and kick me out of this place?
I mean, it is my house, and I am welcome to do whatever I want with it, including selling it. I'm afraid that my memories of that house have become quite tainted, and I really don't want anything to do with it anymore.
But I don't get it. What's the matter with you? How could you do this to me? How could you just throw me out like this?
More. Did you seriously just ask me that, Seth? I mean, do you not even have an ounce of self-awareness as to the stuff that you've been putting me through? You literally kicked me out of the house without so much as a second thought. You've done nothing but condescend to me, make me do all of the child rearing, and on top of that, you told me that I was nothing but dead weight hanging from your neck and holding you back. So, I don't really care one bit what you think about what I'm doing. It's amazing you can even ask that question.
But I live here. I don't have another place to live.
You're not listening, Seth. I don't care. I don't care about you, your housing situation, or whatever happens to you.
No! You can't do this to me! Please, you have to change the names on the deed. I'm begging you! You can't kick me out of this place!
I already told you that it's my house, and I am free to do whatever I want with it. You have no right to tell me what I can and can't do with my property. And besides, I've already found a buyer, and I've already signed the sales agreement.
You've already found a buyer? Does this mean that you were looking to sell the house even before we got divorced?
That's right. I have been thinking about leaving you for a long, long time. But I was waiting for our children to move out before that happened. If I had my way, though, you and I would have been split up a long, long time ago. Actually, I really started to seriously consider ending things around the time that my mom died. But you know, it's been about a year since she's passed, and I think it's high time I do what needs to be done. In fact, I think that you should also know that I've already found a new place to live, so I really don't need that house at all anymore.
Where? Please tell me where it is that you're going to be living from now on. What is the address of this new house that you're going to be moving to?
Do you really think that I'm going to tell you, the man who I'm about to get a divorce from, where it is that I'm going to be moving into and living from now on? I don't ever want to see your face ever again. Do you understand me? Not only that, but both of our children also want nothing to do with you ever again either. They're going to be moving in with me, and the three of us are all going to be living without you. I've found a nice place where our two children will be able to commute to their schools, so we'll be just fine without you.
I can't believe you would do something like this. How could you do this to me? You should show me some more gratitude for even letting you live in this house till now. Don't you know how hard I worked to put a roof over our heads? To put food on the table? Don't you realize how much sweat and tears I poured for this family?
I agree that you've made enough money to take care of the four of us, and that we've been able to send our children to college, or are about to with that. But you also need to realize that your spending habits have gotten more and more erratic, and now you are driving yourself into serious debt. In fact, I've actually had to reach out to your mom behind your back and explain the situation. She's been giving us so much support, and you don't even know it.
I mean, that doesn't mean that I haven't been contributing anything, right? Besides, is that really even a good reason to be leaving me?
Of course it is! Every single time I try and mention all that I do for this family, you always start to bring up how much money you make and how much you provide. But you're spending like a madman and not saving a single penny for our children's futures. For our futures! Not only that, but any time that I've brought up even looking for part-time work, you always shut me down.
Okay, I get it. I won't divorce you if you just sign the house over to me, okay?
Do you think I'm stupid or something? Why in the world would I do that? In what world would that be a good deal for me? I mean, I already own the house, and I don't want to be married to you anymore. Besides, I already told you that I found a buyer for the house and sold it already, so you just have no choice but to leave. Lucky for you, though, you have until the end of the month to pack up all your things and find a new place to live.
Okay, alright, fine. You win. Just please give me $50,000 and then we can call all this even, okay?
What? Why in the world would I ever pay you money like that? Why would you even ask for that?
Okay? Well, you can't just kick me out and tell me to find somewhere new to live on such short notice. This isn't fair at all. I need time and money to find the new place to live. So pay up. But wait a sec.
You really are crazy if you think that I'm obligated to give you a single penny after all that you've done to me. You're the one who doesn't know how to save his own money. You're the one who threw me out of the house without warning. You've done all of this to yourself, and I'm not going to clean up after your mess this time. In fact, I know all about that bartender that you've been going to see and bringing all kinds of gifts to.
A second? How in the world did you even find out about that, huh? I mean it. Who told you that?
If you really must know, one of our daughter's friend's mom happened to see you at the bar flirting it up. So, it seems to me that you really just don't want anything to do with this family at all. But, you know what? That suits me just fine. Now why don't you stop wasting my time and start packing up your things? I'd also go and look for a good divorce lawyer if I were you. After the divorce was finished, and the house had been properly transferred over to its new owner, I heard that Seth became quite desperate as he realized just how much financial trouble he was in. He began to ask his relatives for money, but by then, they had all heard about the details of our divorce, and nobody wanted anything to do with him at all. I used the money that I got from selling the house and the divorce to move my daughters and I into our new place, and I've already found a full-time job. I know things might not be easy from here on out, but if that means being away from Seth, it will all have been worth it. I don't know why I let myself take the abuse that I did for as long as I did, but I know now that I will never, ever put myself through anything like that again. I just feel so lucky that I have my daughters and even Seth's family to support me in my journey forward. Wish me luck! Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.